Well, hi guys, it's Sunday the 18th today. Unexpectedly, I'm down the Avon, as you can probably see behind me. We were at the canal on Friday, weren't we, if you saw the last video, very unsuccessfully. But what's happened over the last couple of days since Friday is this place has dropped like a stone. The level I'm talking, it's gone down sort of 10 centimetres, which has kind of made all the difference. The way I look at it, there's a monitoring station up in Stratford, so basically it's all relative to me because this place is much deeper than where they measure it up there, but it's just a relative measurement I'm looking for. And up until yesterday it was in the 70s, which is up, generally very coloured and pretty much a waste of time, except for barbel, but the water temperature is 5.1 so I can't think we're going to get any barbel out. But today I looked this morning and surprisingly it was at 67 centimetres, so it's gone down quite a lot, and it's in the 60s, which to me is fishable. And I came and had a look at lunchtime, and there's about a foot of visibility and just a nice pace to it. So I thought, right, I'm not going to the canal, I'm going down the river. What I thought I'd do is come to the bottom of the stretch below the weir again, same peg again, that I keep getting mugged off in. Last time possibly crayfish, time before chub were doing me, but I've got hopefully the gear with me, and I'm set up to get some chub out tonight. That's the main target, along with some perch. I'd really nice, like a nice perch, which again is why I've come here. I think the colour, the water is perfect really. I've probably done this before, but I'll give you a quick tour around the swim. Over there, that's downstream. We've got this beautiful overhanging tree here. There's actually another snag just behind it as well. So hopefully by fishing upstream of this, and I've had chub out of here before, I can have I can draw the fish out if I need to. I can't really fish too close to it, obviously, for obvious reasons. But that's the idea. I'm going to get baits in here, and that's where I was getting mugged off last time on the worms that I was telling you about last time. But we'll see. You know, we'll find out whether it was crayfish or not, perhaps tonight, or perhaps it was some perch and I was just missing them all. So we've got there to fish, and it's pretty deep in here. I'd say 10-12 foot, something like that, under that tree. It's a pretty deep section right in close here. I've also, if I spin you around this way, there's another tree here. As you can see, there's another tree over there, and I can fish upstream sort of underneath there as well. I probably can't see it too well from that position, but between these two trees as well, there's a lovely crease. It's probably about there. There's lovely slack water on the inside and a lovely crease along just about there. There's some lovely eddies. So we've got slack and faster water, although it's not particularly fast. It's just I would say a quick walking pace, something like that. Anyway, I probably need now to stop talking, get set up, because I've literally just put my stuff down and set the camera up. So I'm going to set my gear up as quick as I can. It's about 3:45 now, so we've probably got 2 hours of daylight, although it is very, very overcast as well, which to be honest is great. You know, overcast sky, that's brilliant. That's exactly what we want. So I'm going to stop talking, get set up. Right guys, tactics for tonight. I've got the light ledger gear, being as we're after chub and perch, maybe some roach as well. 6-pound main line, 5-pound fluorocarbon hook links, various size hooks depending on what bait we're using. What I'm going to do first off, I think, is use a maggot feeder on one rod, and I've got some of that Census 3000 River Black mixed up in here with some of the Gross Gardons, the big bits, just mixed together. It's sort of sweet, vanilla-y smelling, chocolatey smelling ground bait. I'm going to put a decent sized feeder on first off, just get a little bit of bait in, just for the first maybe half dozen casts. I don't really want to throw it in by hand because it could end up anywhere. There's such a variation in the current from in close. You know, if I don't land it exactly the same spot, I think if I throw it in the same place, a foot closer in, it's going to hit the bottom about 3 yards different further downstream. So I'm going to use this just to get some bait in. I'm not going to go mad because the water's only 5.1, although it is lovely and mild this evening, as you can see by what I'm wearing. And it's supposed to stay mild as well. So that's the plan. Bait wise, I've got maggots, I've got worms, of course, I've got some cheese paste and the krill paste we made in the other video. I've got some bread as well, and I've also got some tinned sardines, which Mark Erdwin, hi Mark, he put me onto and said they're fantastic chub bait for the winter, but you will have crayfish crawling all over them. That's why he doesn't use them. But I thought I'd bring them down, give it a go, and just see what happens, to be honest. You know, if I'm plagued again like I was with the worms the other night, then obviously I won't be able to use it, but we'll just see. You know, it's just worth a try. That's the baits I've got, as I say, varying different size hooks and hook link lengths, all tied up in various boxes and stuff. All my baits in here. So what I'm going to do is get this first rod on the maggot feeder. I think I'm going to try a couple of positions, one closer in and one further out against this downstream tree, and just see what happens. I'll start off on this maggot feeder rod, size 14. As I say, 5-pound fluorocarbon hook link. A couple of maggots, I think, on a 14. And we'll just see how the land lies. So got bread, krill, sardines decanted into there. I don't like bringing tins really. And of course trusty old maggots. Got all sorts in here, proper noddy mix. Fluoros, reds, whites, yellow, bronze, all sorts. I'll try a couple of red ones first off. Let's see what happens. Oh, perhaps it's not crayfish. It hadn't been in the water long again after I recast. I'm not sure it's huge, but it's like Mr. Chub. Well, that'll do for a start. Well guys, not quite the size we're after, but very welcome start after about 15 minutes. There he is. Lovely little chublet. Once again, absolutely perfect condition. Not a mark on it. Not a mark. Let's ensure he stays that way. Let's get him back in the water. Well guys, it's just before 5:30 now. As you can see, it's starting to get dark. It's all gone fairly quiet. I had a bite that I missed not long after I had that chub, and I had one not long ago that I missed as well. Decent pull, but these funny bites have just started. Just this really strange sort of pull around, little rustle and rustle. So I don't know, and it's only happening on worms. I haven't had a bite on maggots, haven't had a bite on breadflake. What I'm going to do, I think, is stick one rod out on paste now, perhaps cheese paste for 20 minutes and then the krill paste for 20 minutes, just see what happens on one rod, and I'll keep the other one on the worm, just to see what happens with that as well. But as I say, it's just before 5:30. I think perhaps we'll give it another hour, something like that, maybe 6:30. Oh guys, let's get the lights on so you can see something. Well, again guys, it's no beast. Well, we're catching all the little ones today. Could almost be the same one. Lovely little fella. Again, scale perfect, fin perfect. That one was on the krill paste that we made. Literally, it's only been in 5 minutes. I'm going to stick it out anyway, another half an hour. It's just about 6 o'clock now. So we'll give it another half an hour and see if we can't have one of these guys' big brother out. Well guys, it's 6:30 now. I'm going to knock it on the head, to be honest. Nothing else has happened since that small chub we had in the dark. Possibly a bit of a mistake sticking the this big bright light on when I was landing it, but it felt a lot bigger when I first struck into it than it turned out to be. So that's why I put it on. I thought, well, I will have this and we'll go home. But you know, that's the way it goes. We may not have had anything anyway, so there you go. It's Sunday now, so that I may try and get out in the week, depending on the river. So anyway, a couple of small chub. I'm not going to moan at that. You know, no monsters, but not really a problem. Little impromptu session. I wasn't expecting it. It was supposed to chuck it down with the rain all day, and the river was looking really out of sorts, even yesterday. So you know, I'm happy with that. If you'd have offered me two chub like that when I'd turned up, I'd have took it, to be honest. So that's great. You know, I'm not jumping around with joy, but couple of nice chub like that, even though they were small. It's great for a couple of hours down the river. Not sure exactly what the plan is yet this week. It will depend again on the weather. I haven't checked the weather forecast, to be honest. I'm not sure, but there is a possibility of getting out this week with the nights lengthening. I can get down to the river when it's still light after work. So I may get out if the weather's looking good or looking promising, and I'll keep an eye obviously on the river conditions. Looking at it now, and if it keeps running off, you know, it's mild tonight, it would be good to fish tomorrow, but I'm pretty sure I'm not going to be able to. I've got some stuff I've got to do tomorrow night, so you know, we'll see anyway. If you want to keep up with me on more of a day-to-day basis, you can go to my Facebook page. I've got a Facebook page running now. The link is in the banner on the top of my YouTube channel page, and I do post stuff on there about what I'm thinking about doing and how the river is and what sort of condition it's in and stuff. So if you want to check that out, you're more than welcome. But once again, keep in touch on there or on the comments below. Love hearing about how everyone else is getting on. You know, it's the middle of February at the end of the day. Fishing's pretty hard, so I always like to hear about people catching some fish. So please keep me in touch with what you're doing. And thanks once again for watching. Tight lines, enjoy your own angling, and I will see you again very soon.